the biological classification. So the second kingdom in the Protista, the next group is the slime molds. Slime molds are the organisms which are exhibiting both the animal characteristic features and the plant characteristic features. So these are mostly saprophytic in their nature, and these organisms are considered to be the fungus animals because of the special feature that they are exhibiting both the characters of animals and also the plants. Then Anton D. Barry related them to the animals. That is, he said that these are showing some characters of the animals. Then these are considered to be the Protistan fungi. And if you observe the occurrence of these slime molds, so these are widely distributed and growing in the damp and shady places, particularly found in the decaying twigs or decaying logs or leaves, and also in the rotting logs. Damp old plant woods. For their survival, they require little amount of moisture such that they can survive in that type of environment. So this is the occurrence related to this one. And if you observe the structure of these slime molds, so these are two types. Those are acellular and the cellular types. Acellular slime molds and cellular slime molds are present. The first one are acellular slime molds. Acellular slime molds are free living and naked organisms. So these are having multinucleated structure. This multinucleated structure is called as a plasmodium. This multinuclear structure is present inside the protoplasm. This protoplasmic content along with the multinucleated structure is called as a plasmodium, and here they have the nucleus. So this nucleus are generally diploid in their nature. The nuclei are diploid in their nature, and the structure will lack cell wall around them. They lack cell wall and they secrete slime around them. So around this protoplasmic content, the slime will be present, inside which the protoplasm and the nucleus, which is diploid in their condition, are present. But at the same time, in the process of life cycle, so they produce the gamete-like structures. Some of them are considered to be the male and some of them are considered to be the female structures, so which are haploid in their nature. And these are called as swarm cells, and these are called as amoeboid cells. These two structures, which are haploid in their nature, will fuse to form a diploid structure called as zygote. This zygote, which is diploid in its nature, will undergo some sort of free nuclear division. When they undergo free nuclear division, it will be converted into a multinucleated structure, or we can call it as a cenocytic structure will be formed. So this cenocytic structure which is formed is called as plasmodium. So this is a way how these slime molds with the plasmodium are produced. And here the protoplasm will contains all cell organelles except plastids, because they cannot prepare their own food materials. That's the reason why the plastids are absent in them. And here they have pseudopodia. With the help of the pseudopodia, they will show streaming movement. And the entire body will be showing some movement. So this type of movement produced by the pseudopodia is called as a streaming movement. Then at the end of the maturity time, or when the food materials is exhausted, by the time the food materials are exhausted, the plasmodium or slime molds will enter into maturity stage. At the end of the maturity stage, here these structures will produce some structures called as sporangia, or sporangium will be produced. This sporangium will contains a small basal stalk like structure, and inside the sporangium the protoplasmic content along with the nucleus will undergo cleavage. Cleavage will be taking place and resulting into some structures called as spores, and these spores will contain a cell wall around them. It is called as peridium, which is considered to be the true wall which is present around the spores. And these spores are generally diploid in condition, and inside these spores the meiosis will takes place. When meiosis occurs, the nuclei present in the spores will form into haploid nuclei, and these haploid nuclei along with the structures, when they are dispersed, so that will help in the formation of the new slime mold structures. So these are the characteristic features which can be seen in the acellular slime molds. The second type of slime molds are the cellular slime molds. So these are the slime molds which are haploid in their nature, and these structures will contain a membrane around them. So we can call it as a cell membrane also. And these haploid structures are called as mixed amoebae. Mixed amoebae structures. And these structures generally, they also contain a multinucleated condition. When they have this type of nature, so they are surrounded by some sort of protoplasmic content, so the structure appears to be like this. So inside which many nuclei will be present. So this type of organization can be seen in the cellular slime molds, where the protoplasm is the protoplasmic content is surrounded by the cell membrane, and inside which the haploid multinucleated condition can be seen. So this type of organization in which they participate in the reproductive process. So here also fusion of the gametes will be taking place, resulting into zygote structures, and zygote will undergo meiosis to form into the haploid organisms. And if you see the type of nutrition, they also show phagotrophy. And they show movement with the help of pseudopodia. That is the same type of movement that is exhibited by the acellular slime molds. This type of character is shown as like in the acellular slime molds by the cellular slime molds. Then sometimes they may form pseudoplasmodium. So here this is a special organization that have been formed in the cellular slime molds, where the many unicellular structures will assemble and are aggregated, and they attach with each other to form, and around them they form a membranous structure. Nearly some thousands of cells are present in this one, and each cell is independent of each other. That means they perform their own functions by themselves, and once this unfavorable conditions have been overcome, so they once again form into the actual structures leading to the formation of new slime molds. This type of pseudoplasmodial structure is formed in the cellular slime molds. These cellular slime molds also produce the spores. So spores, as we know, these are structures in which the haploid nuclei are present, and these haploid structures, when they germinate, when they have separated and fall on suitable substratum, they germinate and give rise to the new slime mold structures. So likewise, the cellular and the acellular slime molds are present, and both of them are showing saprophytic type of nutrition, and some of them are exhibiting the parasitic type of nutrition. And when they are present, when they have this pseudopodia structure, they may spread to new areas or new localities by the movement of the or with the help of pseudopodia, which will creep on the substratum or which will creep on the logs or the decaying twigs and spread to the larger area. The pseudoplasmodium structure will help in such type of movement where the individual cells will club together to form into a large spreading area. So this type of structures which help in the movement, so that can be seen in the cellular slime molds.